Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lisa and you're watching Growing on Vancouver Island. I just woke up from a night shift a couple hours ago and it's not snowing and it's gorgeous outside. So I have a very special video for you today. I want to introduce you to somebody you have not met before. Not in their present state anyways. Let me introduce you to the one and only dead lemon tree in my yard. Here is my dead lemon tree, or so we think. This lemon tree, I hope I have a picture or a mini video I can insert from a few days ago when I was filming. I didn't put the footage in the video I made. This tree succumbed in our summer heat, or so I thought. I just pruned it. I was out here and I wasn't going to film a video because I thought, oh, that's kind of boring. And so let me show you the debris pile first. So this is what was, hope you can see that. That pile that I just showed you was what was basically in this plant pot. It was the branches of the lemon tree, as well as an alyssum plant that self-seeded and was starting to rebloom. So I kind of got rid of that. But I was ready to say goodbye to my beloved lemon tree of 3 years. We had a good time. We never had any lemons. We had lots of flowers. But I was ready to kiss this little plant. I was ready to say goodbye to this plant because, I mean, clearly, have a look at it. It's pretty dead looking. But I like to give all plants a chance. Just, maybe they will make a comeback. I have been surprised many times by plants in my yard. And although this guy truly looks dead, I decided to do the one and only true test of life in a tree, the scratch test. So you have your tree and you want to determine if there's any life left in it. The number one indicator of life in a tree is if there's green underneath the bark. So I did a scratch test and let me show you what the results are. So here's a closer up view of my little lemon tree. And if you look here, that is the area I scratched with my good old pruning shears. And you can see there is green under there. I'll do a little bit more of a scratch just to show you that there truly is green on this plant. Let's go a little lower and just do a scratch. Yeah, there is definitely green on this plant. So since I discovered that my lemon tree still has life in it, now I'm left with a question, and that is, what do I do with it this winter? Like my lime tree that you will have seen by now in another video, it used to live in my house all winter, and I decided I'm not doing that this year with my lemon tree that is still full of life. I protected it and it's going to stay outside this winter, but I'm left with a question. But what do I do with this tree that is clearly still alive, at least it seems, and needs protection because it's not a typical plant in the Pacific Northwest. We don't typically grow citrus here, at least not easily. So what do we do with a tree that doesn't normally grow here in the Pacific Northwest? It's still alive. It was in a pot. I'm not going to bring it in my house. And let me show you the roots on this tree. So this is what it looks like. It's quite root bound. I started demolishing the bottom of the root ball because it's pretty root bound. So I have a few options. I could leave the tree in the pot, give it some fertilizer, break up the roots, give it some TLC, and leave it protected under my overhang with the lemon tree. I could plant it in the ground and protect it and hope for the best. And those are really the options. I don't want to bring this tree back into my house because I'm just done with it in my house, but I'm not really sure what the better option is, but I think I've made my decision and I think I'm going to put it in the ground. The only question is where. The yard is full of trees and plants. So let's find a spot for this tree in the yard and plant it, and we're going to hope for the best. So this is where I'm going to be planting the lemon tree, pretty much in this area here, specifically close to this ball of zippers. We've got a patch of creeping thyme, probably some of that's going to get dug up, and I'm going to move some of this mulch away. The other plants nearby are, we have I believe this was either a Floribunda or grandiflora rose I planted this past summer, late summer, and so it's going to stay here, and the lemon tree is going to go here. It is a little bit crowded. The reality is I don't think it's going to survive. I'm going to try to keep this tree alive because I do think it's still alive, but our winters here have been quite cold in the last couple years, so I'm not expecting it to survive. But I'm going to show you what I'm going to do to try to keep it alive. So let's plant it first. First, we're just going to do a little bit of raking of the mulch. Get our mulch out of the way. Not a lot that we can rake. Now we're just going to create a good hole for the root ball. Like it's a good chunk of creeping thyme we just dug up. So we'll probably replant that somewhere, I think, because why waste a good plant? It's actually quite easy to dig here, surprisingly. So here is the hole we just dug, and let's give the root ball a good test here. I do think that's gonna work. It could almost go deeper, but I'm gonna break up the surface of this, and then I think that'll be sufficient. I'm gonna start with putting kelp meal into the hole that I just dug. I don't expect the tree, whether it survives, I don't expect the tree, if it survives, to use the fertilizer this fall, winter. I do think it'll take it up later in the spring. So if it is able to survive, that'll give it a good start when it does start growing. So this is what kelp meal looks like if you've never seen it. We're gonna put a generous amount into the hole here. And we're going to add just a little bit of water into the hole. I wasn't gonna give this tree any water because we've had a lot of moisture through snow and rain recently, but through rain and a tiny bit of snow, but the soil was actually a fair bit drier, deeper underground than it was on the surface. So I think it's a good idea to water it. So we are just gonna plunk our tree back in its hole, and then I'm just gonna break up the surface of the root ball a little bit. It's might be a little bit frozen because it is quite cold out actually, but that's okay. And now we're just going to cover this with some original soil. And I'm actually going to put this creeping thyme right back in the same area, not exactly the same, but I have a soaker hose that's grown over in here where it came from. And then I have one more trick up my sleeve to protect this little tree. So this is one of my Desert King fig trees, and I got this idea that all of these magnificent large leaves would be the perfect protection for my little lemon tree. So we're going to plaster the ground in these fig leaves. So here's how I'm going to protect my lemon tree. I've just plastered the surrounding ground with a thick layer of fig leaves. Let me know in the comments below if you think I should actually cover up some of the trunk of the tree. I'm thinking not, but I'm not really sure. And I could protect this with other means as well from my plant protective accessory collection. But so far this is what I'm doing. I'm using a thick layer of fig leaves, there's a thin layer of mulch underneath, and then just the soil. So if you have any more tricks that might save my tree, let me know in the comments below. I would love to know any tips and tricks. In the spring I will give an update on if the tree survived and how it's doing if it did survive. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video. Have a good day.